Samantha and I am the Huga Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm really excited to be back. It's been 3 weeks since my last video and I've been stitching a ton and I have lots to share with you today, so I'm just gonna jump right in. There is a project that I have been working on for a couple years. So this has been in my stash. It's been a whip of mine for 2 years now, and it's a Dimensions gold kit. It's called the Enchanted Ornament Stocking. And this was a gift that I received from Barb, the owner of Lizzie Bees, the needle workshop here in Winnipeg. And she had gifted this to me for Christmas a few years ago, and I absolutely love it. It's the first time I have ever done a Dimensions kit before. And from working in the shop, seeing a lot of stitchers that would come by and purchase stockings and purchase Dimensions kits, I was intrigued. I have been wondering, what is that like? What is that process like? And I want to tell you that it's taken me a little bit of time to get into this stitch. And as much as I'm excited to do it, it's taken me a little while to get in the groove. I had started this, and I have to say that over the last couple weeks that I had been stitching on this, I have been now to the point where I'm like, oh, I get it. I understand that. I'm understanding the chart and how the flosses are all done and all of the things, and it's starting to come together, and I'm starting to fall in love with this stocking, and it's been amazing. This is stitched on, and I think it's 16 count. Yeah, 16 count light blue Aida, and I'm an in-hand stitcher, and I'm also, my comfort is to stitch on linen or Lugana. So this is probably the first Aida stitch that I've had in long time, and I'm really enjoying it. It's actually been really fun. And it's kind of sparked this obsession of mine of I want to collect some more stockings. I've been looking at Dimension gold kits online and trying to find different ones and to kind of build up my collection a little bit, because I get it now and it's been a lot of fun. And I feel like this is the perfect time of year, obviously, to stitch a stocking, but I feel like the Dimensions kit, it feels just like the perfect time of year to be working on one. And yeah, so I've been really enjoying it. I have a little funny story about this. So I had was getting in the groove, really enjoying this process. And one night I sat down to stitch, and I had made a cup of coffee. I get all the Huga vibes when I get ready to stitch. I like to set up my area, get my, now that it's colder temperatures, I like to turn on my electric blanket and light a candle, get a coffee, get all set up, get cozy, and then stitch. And I was getting in the groove. I was getting everything ready to go. And I had, my cross stitch and everything all set up by my table beside my couch. And I brought my coffee over, and you see where this is going. I had an accident with my coffee cup. And for the first time, I had complete panic of oh my goodness, there's coffee all over not the stitching, but all over my fabric. And so this actually had a little bath. Had a little bath, got all scrubbed up, and I used, just a little bit of Dawn soap, couple drops into a glass bowl, and some very lukewarm, to get the bubbles going, and soaked it in there for a little while and rinsed it clean. And it looks great. You can't tell where I've spilled coffee at all on this, so that's been good. And my stitching, what I did notice is that the fabric it's relaxed a little bit. If you know Aida, it can get quite stiff, when you first pull it out of the package kind of thing. And so now it's feeling a little more softer, after I've washed it. And I'm thinking about, when I stitch this again, I think I'm going to use a Q-snap just to kind of stretch out the stitches a little bit. When I pick this up again, I'm going to use a Q-snap, I think. Hopefully that won't see any difference in my stitching. I don't think it will, but maybe some of you have had some experience with this before and can chime in down below on what you've done in the past. Should I keep stitching in hand like I normally do, or should I go to the Q-snap just to kind of pull the fabric a little tighter? Because it's really loose now. It's soft. It's nice to handle. It's softer and looser. So I'm thinking about using a Q-snap next time I pick this up. but isn't it looking great? Okay, I want to show you the picture again. This is what it's going to look like. So I'm on this ornament here, and I haven't done any of the back stitching on it yet, but I really wanted to get some of those, like I usually like to work from the top and work my way down. So I had started in the middle and I'm working my way up, and I really wanted to get, you know, some of these different colors in there. And you can really see how the colors are making the ornament pop. And you can imagine how beautiful this is going to look once the back stitching is done. Ah, I love this. I'm so excited about it. I think this is my favorite ornament out of all of them. It'll probably be the last one I do. And I'm thinking about, you know, next time I pick this up is getting this little bit of a border here. And it is a stocking for myself, and I was thinking about getting that process done of putting my name in there, because you kind of have to, like, they give you a chart with the alphabet, but I still want to kind of figure out the spacing. I have a long name, lots of letters, so I want to make sure that it'll fit but also be centered. So I think that's going to be a little bit of a process. So I think I might get to that part and then work my way down. Do this one and then that one. And I can't wait to get some of those red berries into the design too. I think that's going to make it really pop and look beautiful. Isn't this fun? Do you stitch dimensions? Do you stitch stockings? I was feeling really inspired to stitch on this. Do you guys follow Deb, the traveling stocking stitcher? I'm gonna post a link below to her latest video. She did a stocking episode where she shared all of her stockings that she has stitched over the years. There was 40 stockings in the video. So if you are like somebody who's like, I've never stitched a stocking, and you want to get inspired, you need to go watch Deb. She's so fun, and she does beautiful stitching, and she's very creative with her designs on what she decides to stitch and how she's going to change the design and all the things. So go watch Deb. You will thoroughly enjoy the video if you're feeling inspired to stitch a stocking if you don't have one yet, or if you're wanting to get inspired to stitch on a stocking that you currently have in your collection. Go watch your video because you'll walk away feeling so inspired. I wanted to ask you all too, how do you organize your dimensions kits? Because they have a big long, you know, big long band with all the threads hanging down, and I had taken mine apart and cut them all individually. Like I cut the tab and I put them into floss away bags, because this is how I'm like used to stitching. I'm used to using the floss away bags, and it's been working and it's been great. So I'm curious to know how you organize your floss. You keep them on the band? Do you do something else with them? I'm curious. Share below. Because I'd like to try something different maybe with my next dimensions pattern. Okay. So next up, I wanted to talk to you about Summer Quaker by Lila's Studio. This is a stitch along I had started in August, and for my birthday start, and I had like, I want to say a good couple of weeks of stitching into the design so far, and I was feeling inspired to stitch on this again because of Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl, and Linda, Stitchy Linda on YouTube. They started a hashtag in November called Nautical November. And the whole thing with Nautical November was to stitch something nautical. It didn't have to be Summer Quaker. It could be anything from your collection or something that reminds you like Nautical November, grab it and stitch it. And both of them, I believe, had participated in the stitch along, the hashtag Live in the Sunshine Cell in August. And so they thought that it would be a great way to continue on the stitch along with stitching Summer Quaker for the Nautical November. And so I jumped on that as well. I thought that's an excuse for me to get mine out again. And I can't wait to show this to you. I had recently worked my way across. I'm stitching this on 36 count hand dyed by Rolanda fabric called Sky Blue. And I'm absolutely loving the way that the DMC is popping off of this fabric. I'm stitching it with two strands, like 2 over 2. And this is what I was really excited to share with you. I finally got some crabs into the design. I almost finished the whole Quaker. I had a little bit more to go. but I got burnt out and was excited to stitch on something else. But I've made some really great progress, and I was really excited to get the Live in the Sunshine for Live in the Sunshine sale. So that part's in there. And I would say that this was almost a page finish of page 1. I'm missing a little bit more right here. There's another, like a bit of a bird Quaker there that I didn't quite do. But next time I pick it up, I think I'm gonna get that in, because I love getting a page finish at the same time. That's kind of fun to get that page finish, and then I would like to move across and get that other part of the crabs Quaker done, because it's so fun. Look at those fun colors. Oh, how cute. I feel like when everybody saw the summer Quaker when it came out, that was what everybody was like, I can't believe it. It has crabs in it, right? And lobsters and seagulls. So many fun things in there. Really fun, so I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. So thank you, Chrissy, and thank you, Linda, for bringing this back into, into rotation again with the hashtag Nautical November. I'm so glad that you guys did that, and I've had a lot of fun. Awesome, yeah. Up next, I want to share with you Mirabilia Stargazer. I love this design. Oh my gosh, I started this, it's been a full year. It was November last year that I had started Stargazer, and I can't believe, like, for the amount of time that I've actually spent stitching on it, how quickly she's coming together. She's looking amazing. She's looking amazing. So I brought her out again and stitched on her for about a week, and did more fill in. Like, I had some spaces I was missing all in here, because her dress, the way that it moves, it kind of is in 3 different parts. There's this part of her dress, kind of like this top coat, and the ribbons, that was a whole nother thing. The ribbons took a long time, but they're beautiful. Like, I absolutely love them. But that was another whole part, getting those ribbons in, and they came down across and all the way out here. So that was, this was part 1, this was part 2. The third part is getting this stretch of these. I think there was probably like 5 colors in here where it was just like, almost like a purpley blue. Really, really pretty. And then you can see where all the spaces are that are going to be for where the beads go. And then sort of the 4th part of the dress is where it's moving. They're different colors and they're moving down this way. I'll show you again in the picture. You can see the movement of the dress. And then finally the last kick is going out this way. So I got a little bit more work to do on the bottom of her dress. There's a lot of stitching still in there. But look at how amazing she is, just coming together. Her face is beautiful. Oh, her pose, the way that she's standing. And I can't wait to get some more of this done, because I'm dying to do the beading. The beading looks so simple. It's just basically fill in, grab one color and fill it in, and then do some more down here and fill in the color beads that go this way. And then there's some more of the swirlies there. And then the fun part is stretching out past her to do the stars up at the top. It's gonna be amazing. I love her so much. If you're looking at this right now and you're thinking, man, I've never started a Mirabilia before, but like, I love that design. I feel like this is one of her classic, really popular stitches that a lot of stitchers have done. I think it's been released 3 times, because I saw 3 different dates on here. 2006, 2013, and 2016. So I feel like it's been through some reprints because it's such a popular stitch. Go get this. Go get this design. It's so fun. And it's quite, like, it's challenging, but not too challenging. Like, it's got moments that are like, okay, these ribbons were a lot of like color changing and things like that. But the rest of it, I like really enjoyed doing these chunks of stitching. Really, really fun. This is a great stitch. So fun. Stargazer, yeah. I have another design that I want to share with you. During my last video, I had recently picked out the 2020 pandemic sampler to stitch on, and I hadn't quite worked on it for more than a day. So I had, you know, it was the first thing that once I'd finished filming, I was like, I'm still gonna spend some time stitching on it. Here's the design here. So the designer, Christy, Sarcy's girl, she is a local to me. She is from Winnipeg, Canada, and I'm really proud of that fact. I really love knowing that, you know, she's local. I love supporting her. I talk about her all the time. She's an amazing human. I've met her a few times and I absolutely adore her. And her designs are so fun. And this was quite the popular stitch in 2020. A lot of you have downloaded the pattern. It's completely free. I always link her, you know, her link on how to download the pattern if you're interested. But I've been stitching this with Sarah, Lady Lugana. She had gifted me the Miss Osada silks. She had purchased them for herself too, so that we could both enjoy this amazing silks. Look at these colors. Like every time I bring this out, I look at these colors and I can't help but feel like, wow, these are amazing colors, and they're an absolute dream to work with. Love them. I still have a few more colors that haven't been put into the design yet, so I'm excited about that. I think this color here might be the house, one of the big houses. That's why there's two of them. Yeah, I think it's that color there. But I'm excited to get them all, like at least once, into the fabric that I've chosen to stitch with. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So yeah, Sarah and I have been going back and forth. You know, I work on it for a little bit and then she works on hers for a little bit. So it's kind of keep each other encouraged to stitch and to keep going. This is still a small start. It's a new start. But the last time you saw it, I had been working on the deer. I had about half of it done and I finished the deer. And then I moved on to the flowers. Aren't they amazing? Oh my gosh. And I'm absolutely loving how this is turning out on this fabric. This is 40 count, picture this plus ancient. It's gonna be amazing. I just thought I was so clever picking this fabric because I had kind of been going back and forth. Should I do it on darker fabric? Should I do it on a neutral? And then I came across this and I'm like, this is the perfect combination of both. You know, you've got the neutral color, but you get those elements of the blues and the grays that I think are gonna make this pattern look amazing together. So, and so far I feel like I'm right. Like so far I feel like those colors are looking really, really great on there. So this is what it looks like done on the darker fabric. And I do love this too. I do love the darker fabric, but I'm happy with my choice. I'm happy with how it's turning out. So I think I would like to get, next time I pick this up, is get to the other side, the little beehive there, and then those crows up at the top, and make my way towards the border. Because the border is big. Borders, like there's a lot of border there. It looks like it's a simple border to do, very repetitive, you know, like it's like you, I don't think it would be easy to make a mistake in that. And the colors are awesome. So I'm looking forward to stitching it, but I want to get a little bit of that border in there and kind of frame a little bit of the stitch and fill in the motifs, because I like to work off of the border to know that I'm in the right spot. You know, on 40 count, you could make a mistake, you know, where you are and that sort of thing. So I like to judge my motifs and everywhere I've stitched around other stitches so that I know that I'm in the right spot. This is so good. Sarah, your turn. Your turn to get yours out and stitch on it. If you aren't watching Sarah, Lady Lugana, I'm gonna link her below. She has an amazing floss tube. She's an amazing stitcher and great variety of stitching. I love that she loves Mirabilia, Nor Corbett, but she also loves like dimension kits and samplers and all kinds of different designers. So I really enjoy watching her channel and getting inspired to try new things. So go check her out if you haven't yet. Okay, and I also have been working on this. This is called the Playful Snowman Ornaments by Dimensions. So if you've been following my channel, following along, I recently was gifted this from the embroidery guild that I belong to in Winnipeg here. And they had a really fun night where people could bring their past whips, projects that they weren't working on anymore, that maybe they have been like, you know what, decided I'm not gonna stitch it, and they could put it on the table and other stitchers could come by and pick up their stitch and bring life back into it again. And I'm so glad that I was able to find this, because you know, I wasn't quite done with my stocking when I had my little accident, and I was like, oh, I really want to do some more. And I was happy to pick this up and start a new ornament. So exciting. So the biggest challenge was to look through the pattern and be like, which one am I going to stitch first? Which one should I do first? And so me and my daughter sat down together and we were like, I like this one because it has this. And you know, a lot of the ones that we fell in love with, I had said this before too, is the middle design where it has the snowman roasting a marshmallow with the cardinals in the tree. That is so cute. The one that I ended up deciding to start off with is this one here. This one has, you know, kind of the snowman with the little snowman on the shoulders, and they're putting the star on the Christmas tree. And what I really loved was this cute little bunny. So adorable. You know, this was a close runner-up too, because this one's got a cute little dog in it. And they're on a sled. Like, I think the sled would be fun to stitch. This one's got 3 snowmen going ice skating. Like, they're all good. They're all good. Look at how adorable this is. Here, let me get your scarf for you. Oh, adorable. So I had a lot of fun stitching this. I'll show you my start. So it's kind of hard to tell, you know, where was I? What did I do work on? This is part of the jacket and the scarf, and these 2 brown here are the 2 shoes for the little snowman on the shoulders. So I'm excited to get some more colors. I'm not ready to put this away yet. I want to get some more, like, what's going on in this. Maybe get the snowman face in there with the carrot nose and that sort of thing. And maybe, like, it might be too early to say, but maybe finish it before Christmas. That would be awesome. So we'll see. What I've been enjoying about this is that somebody else had, you know, this was somebody else's project. And the way that they had kitted it up was completely different the way that I had done it. And I found this really interesting, how, I'm not sure where they got these from, but like, maybe it was from like a scrapbook or I don't know, something. And basically put the floss, you know, it looks like they had cut the floss in half and then put it on here. And I think the reason being is so that you could grab 2 strands and then start having enough length and stitch away. I personally like to do the nice long length and then do the loop start. But it's okay, I can do this too. Sometimes it's nice to have a shorter piece even when you're doing the loop start, because you know in the design there's not that many stitches. So you kind of have the option, the best of both worlds there. But yeah, it was kind of fun to kind of come across, you know, they had labeled each number and put the floss all together on a floss strap. So there's 2 of them. I don't even think they stitched from this at all, because like it didn't seem like they had. A lot of the colors had never been touched before. So like the pieces that you see are, you know, this is from me, you know, I use that color sort of thing. So yeah, that's how they had, you know, organized their DMC or their, their dimensions kit. And it's kind of inspired me to, I want to find some, you know, what would you call these? Floss cards or something where you could have like some on this side and some on the other side that go around, some different options there, because I like storing my cross stitch in different ways. You know, I've been a floss away bag girl for forever, and sometimes it's nice to have different options. You know, it's almost like a different experience when you pick it up and you're working off of a ring with your silks, you know, and they're on a card. That's a different experience, and I really, really love sort of incorporating that into my stitching. Each thing is sort of a different experience. I feel like working on a Dimensions gold kit is an experience, and I'm really enjoying it. It's been really fun. So there we go. There's my start on my ornament. Gold collection. Playful snowman ornaments. Cute. Okay, so there's that. And then I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's coming up next. So a couple things. I had mentioned in my last video that I was going to be starting a new stitch along with my friends, Amber, Rogue Mama Stitcher, and Sarah, Memphis Sarah E. We're both doing the Woodland Fairy Sal. And we had planned to start this on the 15th, but unfortunately I had come down with a really bad cold. And I was like, I can't stitch. I can't do it, ladies. And they're like, don't worry about it. You know, when you're feeling better, we'll start the stitch along. And we're going to start tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 29th. And we're going to start the stitch. And we're using the hashtag, keeping it simple, Woodland Fairy Sal. So if you'd like to join, if you have this in your collection and you want to stitch it with us, feel free to use the hashtag and post your progress on Instagram. We will be doing that too. So that's really fun. It's fun to have other stitchers that are stitching the same pattern and working on it together at the same time. Super fun. So I'm really excited, ladies. I'm looking forward to stitching this pattern with you guys. And also, I think Sarah Lady Lugana has this as well and is thinking about joining us. So I hope she does too. That'd be awesome. This is a great design. I've shown you, I have the fabric. I'm stitching it on 32 count Water Lily by Witch Helt, which is, I think is gonna look amazing. And I've got all the colors and I got all the floss. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. See, again, floss away bags. I'm ready. So there we go. So I'm looking forward to starting that tomorrow. So next time we see each other, I'll have a new start on that. That's really exciting, a new Mirabilia. And then I have another plan on December 1st. This is typically what I do every December, not necessarily the 1st of December, but at some point in December, I grab one of my Nora Corbett Christmas Eve Couriers reindeer. I have collected these. I have stitched almost all of them. I have 4 left to do. This is the one I'm gonna pick. This one's Dancer. I got the fabric. They're all done on 32 count Twilight linen by Witch Helt. This one's called Dancer. I love the way that the tail is sticking straight up in this one. So cute. And the tails are always done in, is it Rainbow Gallery Whisper? A white whisper thread where it's super fuzzy, and I've always kind of contemplated every time I've used it, do I stitch it with 2 strands? And is that what makes it super fluffy? And then I try that and I'm like, no, it doesn't look right, it's too bulky. So I always go with 1 strand, do my X like normal, and then that's all I do. I have seen some people have like a special tool, kind of like to fluff up the fibers that you can get that's made for whisper floss. And I have never done that, but I can always go back. I haven't finished, like fully finished each one. I've stitched them all, but I could always go back and fluff up the white fibers if I wanted to. Something that I've been wanting to do with all of my reindeer is to go back and stitch the name of each of them, and possibly if I can find out what year I stitched them in, because there had been some years I worked on the Santa sleigh, and that took me a couple years to do. So, you know, I didn't, and so there was a couple years I had no reindeer. So it's not every single year, but now that I've finished the sleigh and I have 4 reindeer left, every year I start one in December and then I finish it in July for Christmas in July. So they usually don't take me too long. It's about a 2-week process of, like, you know, when I first started, it's like getting all the browns in there and the reds, and hopefully getting the antlers in there and maybe a bit of the border or something like that. And then the next time I pick it up, I finish wherever I've left off and do all the beading. Super fun. I look forward to it every year. I'm starting to think, like, okay, I know I have 4 left. That's 4 more years, but like, what do I do after that? After I'm done? So I don't know. We'll see. This is one that I'm really looking forward to. This will be next year's. This one's Cupid. I love this design so much. This is probably one of my favorites out of all of them. And I think it's just like, it's the classic reindeer, and it's got this beautiful bird underneath, which none of them have anything like that. It's almost all of them are just the reindeer. Sometimes they'll have, like, okay, this one will have a wreath around it, or this one has a saddle, you know, that sort of thing. So they're all kind of different, but this one has a bird in it, which is really cool. I love it. Love that one. And then this one here is Comet. Oh, this one's great too. The parcel. This one almost would be like a perfect match for the sleigh, because the sleigh has a bunch of parcels in the back and beautiful ribbon and all of this. So this one's great, Comet. And then the last one I'm gonna stitch is Rudolph, because I always save the best for last, always. It's my treat. It's my, like, you did it, Samantha. You stitched them all. Now you get to do this one. Rudolph, the best one. Ah. This one has a ton of gold stitching in it. Gold Krynic, really, really sparkly, tons of gems. Like, oh yeah, it's epic. So good. So what I did, you know, years ago when I had first decided I was going to stitch them, I had gone through all the patterns and I made a list of every single floss color that I could possibly need for the stitch. And a lot of them use the same colors. You know, the reindeers are typically the same colors, but some of them will have pinks and some of them will have more reds and some of them will be more green and that sort of thing. But almost every single one has a water lily silk, this one here, that it uses. And then the Whisper, of course. And yeah, I just kitted up all the colors, and now every time it comes time to stitch the reindeer, I just grab this ring and it has everything in it. And over the years, I had collected all of the gems and I put them all together. So they're all here, all the Krynic I could possibly need. So I'm always ready. Like every year, I'm just always ready to go with one of these stitches. So that's fun. Those are a fun stitch. All right, last but not least, I wanted to share with you a little bit of stitch email. I had a viewer reach out to me after my last video and had mentioned that she had a Teresa Wensler pattern in her collection. It's been there for years. Did she say she stitched it? I'm not sure, but I think she had said, you know, there's a couple of highlighting marks and this and that, and it's fine, I'll take it. I'm so excited to add this to my collection. Teresa Wensler, this one is the mermaid. Ah, how amazing. Like Teresa Wensler, oh my goodness, she just has a way with, you know, fantasy and that sort of thing, but this, like, the borders are what, like, oh my goodness, that border is epic. And I looked through the chart, it's in perfect condition, and I'm looking at this border thinking like, oh my goodness, that looks so fun to stitch. I almost want to start, well, there's a close-up of the mermaid. She has 1/1 stitching on her skin, which I've never done before. But that could be a real challenge. But I was thinking, wouldn't it be kind of neat to have two Teresa Wenslers on the go? One where you're like, I'm working on this border because it's a lot of stitching. And then another Teresa Wensler that you're working on the design in the center and that sort of thing. Like that could be kind of fun, right? So you'd have the experience of doing both. And then at some point you're going to do the switcheroo, you know, once you're finished the border on this one and you're finished the inside of the other one, you could do the switch, do the border, and then, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? So this is so amazing. Thank you so much, Pam, for reaching out and for sharing this with me. I'm going to add it to my collection. I'm going to stitch it one day. This is amazing. Oh, so grateful for this. Thank you so much. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at the mermaid tail. Oh, it's a little blurry, but really, really beautiful. Again, I'm like, I've stitched a couple mermaids before, but I've never stitched anything like this before. I really want to get a start on this. I would love to do it, but I also have a dragon too, so like decisions, right? Decisions. I have the Storyteller by Teresa Wensler, I think it's called, and it's another stitch that I'm really like looking forward to kitting up. And I think what I might do, and I'm going to take this from another stitcher I learned, this is from Lori, the Sharky Stitcher. When she kits up a Teresa Wensler, she doesn't do floss away bags like this. What she does is she gets one of those containers that you can bobbinate your floss and you put the floss in the container, like clear container, and then she'll label it like, okay, this is for my mermaid, my Teresa Wensler mermaid, and she'll bobbinade all of the floss and put it in that kit because she knows, like, she gets it. This is going to be a stitch that you're going to have for a long time, and you don't really want to like take any floss from it. Like, those floss belong to that stitch. And I think that's clever. And on top of that, I thought about, I'll show you how she does the charting of her DMC. Like, she has some, like, there's a lot of blended colors. So you grab one color of this and one color of that for this symbol. And what I'd like to do is bobbinate all the floss and store it in the little container, but then also place them in order from top to bottom so that the colors are together. Like, if these two colors are there, they'll be together in the box, you know, it'll be easy to find. And I think it'll make sense because normally on a floss away ring, you would just number them like 1 all the way up, right? And this is different. I feel like you would be doing a lot of flip-flopping. Like, I need 435 and 3828. You know, you'd be going from the early part of your ring to the end. So I think it would be kind of cool to do it how Lori does it, the Sharky Stitcher, and kit it up that way the next time I do it Teresa Wensler. That's kind of fun, right? How to do it a little different. So that's everything for today. I'm gonna be back in a couple of weeks. I wanted to do like a Christmas, you know, talk about my reindeer and show some of my past finishes and do like a, you know, a Christmas episode with my tree set up. I haven't set my tree up yet. I typically do December 1st, you know, kind of thing. And that's this weekend. So this weekend, you know, our family is gonna be decorating the house, and the husband's gonna be outside getting the Christmas tree lights. Like, our house is already lit up. Well, the lights are up, but we don't turn them on yet. We don't turn our lights on until after we're like ready to be like, bye-bye, you know, trees up and everything, and the lights are all on outside. We decorate the trees out front, and we're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend. So looking forward to that. Yeah, so that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you got some inspiration today, and I will see you again next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.